Jillian. Hey.
We are talking about the movie Slender, a 2016 movie based on the legend of the Slender Man. Now, there have been a variety of different movies, all based on the Slender Man, who himself is actually quite a modern creation. He was created as a kind of an online meme, basically, to be like a scary character in a photograph, or something along the lines of that. And he's probably most well known through a video game that has been kind of made famous through PewDiePie, shitting his pants on his channel, basically. There have been a few other films based on the character, and he's turned up in the Supernatural to a degree as well, the TV show. I reviewed one on the channel called Always Watching a Marble Hornet Story. This one is in the style of a kind of found footage documentary, very much in the kind of the style of the Blair Witch. Basically, you have all the actors kind of using their real names. It's actually directed by Joel Petrie, who is actually in the film as well. And it's essentially this kind of documentary that's being made throughout the film. And so you have a variety of kind of like, interviews with locals and things like that, and just kind of really lots of kind of shaky footage with people just kind of milling around. And to be honest with you, that is pretty much, I would say, 98% of this film is just that. And there is very little of actual kind of anything that can be described as kind of a horror element to it. Towards the end of the film, you'll get a bit more. Now, with most found footage films, I would say you generally don't see a hell of a lot on screen with the majority of them, but this one is scant even for that. There are a couple of kind of spooky scenes where you're kind of going through the kind of these hallways in the dark, and it's kind of the camera's kind of switching up, because obviously that's what happens in the game. But for the most part, you barely see anything. There's a couple of kind of fake outs here and there. The characters, I'd be honest with you, aren't all that interesting, to be honest. It's not too badly acted, I'll give it that. But to be fair, they're just not very into you. You're just not invested in this kind of film, unfortunately. I think maybe the kind of the days of this kind of style of film are coming to an end, so you couldn't have seen so many of them. So it's not obviously benefiting from the kind of it coming out in the prime of these kind of films. But nevertheless, as a piece of entertainment, I think you'll be disappointed. It really isn't a horror film. It is just mainly people just fannying about on screen and with a shaky cam and things like that. So with a kind of like maybe probably less than a minute of actual horror stuff on screen. So I'm going to have to give this film a 2.5. There's a couple of okay moments in it, but to be honest with you, unless you're a massive Slender Man fan, I'd probably avoid it. But if you're just a general horror fan, probably not worth watching. Anyway, 2.5. Have you seen it? What do you think of it? Leave a comment, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.